Hi everyone and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Rosanna and today we're making red enchiladas. This dish is full of creativity. It's complete and filled with culture. You're gonna enjoy it so much. I'm excited. Let's get started. Let's start by cooking 1.5 pounds of chicken. Over high heat and in a large pot, bring to a boil 12 cups of water, and once boiling, add the chicken. I'm using drumsticks, but you can use whichever part of the chicken is your favorite. Then add a small bunch of cilantro, a quarter of a medium white onion, a small bunch of mint or yerba buena leaves, which is about 2 sprigs, and finally 3 garlic cloves. Cover and set to medium-low heat and let the chicken cook completely. Meanwhile, prep 8 chiles guajillos. These red chilies are mild in heat, but you can devein them to reduce their spicy flavor even more. If you want to preserve its mild heat qualities, omit deveining. Place a skillet or comal over low heat and evenly toast them while turning on all their sides. If you leave them for too long, they will burn and turn your sauce extremely bitter. To prevent that from happening, make sure to have the heat really low, turn continuously, and remove from the heat when fragrant. Once the chiles are done, make sure you rinse them well to remove any debris or dust they may have. Place them in a container, and what I like to do is cut them with kitchen scissors so they fit easily. Go ahead and set them to the side until needed. For now, let's take advantage of time and do some more prep work. Start by finely dicing half of a medium white onion. Also shred some cabbage. You can also use iceberg lettuce, but we prefer cabbage because of its crunchy texture. At the same time, it stays fresh for a longer period of time after plate up. These enchiladas will be filled with delicious queso fresco, which will slightly soften when added, making them hard to resist. Go ahead and crumble a large 24-ounce block. You can do this with your hands. It doesn't need to be in small pieces. Medium size will work just fine. The chicken is cooked. Go ahead and add salt to taste. Mix until salt is completely dissolved into the broth. Then remove 2 cups of the broth and pour over the toasted, washed red chili so they can soften. While that happens, let's make a delicious salsa. I went ahead and cooked 1 pound of Roma tomatoes, 1 jalapeno, and a quarter of a medium white onion in boiling water until cooked and softened. Pour the ingredients into the blender together with 1 garlic clove, and you could also slightly salt it, or you could wait until blended to do so. Just so you know, the garlic will be added fresh. We are not going to add any of the water they were cooked in because it will make it too runny. The juices from the tomatoes will be enough. By the way, I do have a tutorial on how to make this salsa with a couple of small variations. I will leave the link down in the description area. Once blended and smooth, taste, and if it needs more salt, stir some in. A smooth blended salsa is what we typically use for enchiladas, and it pairs perfectly. The chiles guajillos are now soft. Pour into the blender together with the broth they were soaked in. Then add 2 garlic cloves, 1.5 teaspoons of dry Mexican oregano, and 1 cup of water. I would suggest adding half a cup at a time. If you feel it needs the remainder to obtain the consistency needed, then go ahead and add it. Go ahead and blend until all the chili skin is broken down or as close enough as you can get it. If you cannot entirely break down the chili skin, go ahead and strain the sauce so you can still obtain a smooth end result. The sauce should not feel too runny or way too thick. A medium thickness should be perfect. You will get a better idea later on once we dip the tortillas in it. Lastly, make sure to add salt to taste and mix well. Before we make the enchiladas, let's finish the chicken. Take the drumsticks, submerge them entirely in the sauce. Make sure a large non-stick pan with olive oil is already heating up over medium heat. Once the oil is hot, add the drumsticks, which have been completely coated in the sauce. Turn them on all the sides so they can evenly brown. Once they have browned, remove from the heat. On the same large non-stick pan and over medium heat, add a generous amount of olive oil. Take a corn tortilla, submerge it in the sauce, and make sure it is all well coated. Then place over the already hot oil and proceed to add as many tortillas as your pan has room for. Try not to overcrowd it though. See how nice the corn tortillas coat in the sauce? This is exactly what you want. Allow them to slightly soften, then flip them. At this point, add the finely chopped onion and as much cheese as your heart desires or your tortilla can take. Close immediately, creating a half moon shape, and let the side directly touching the hot pan fry and brown. Then turn over the other side and let it do the same. Now remove them and continue with the rest. Enchiladas are such a big part of Mexican cuisine. They are rooted in our memories, hearts, and are definitely desired by our taste buds as well. There are so many versions, all delicious and adapted to what is available in the region. Before sunset, women all over the town would set out to sell enchiladas at an available spot where they knew a lot of people would pass by. We were fortunate enough to have our neighbors sell enchiladas every night next to our house. Refreshments were also sold, and her husband's role would be to assist on making sure the charcoal was on point by fanning air with a piece of cardboard and taking care of refreshment needs, of course. As the night went by, people would gather around the table taking a seat either on a comfortable looking hill or rock when there was no more room at the table. Conversations were exchanged under a single lamp hanging from a tree, and later on everyone would head home to rest on a happy belly. Now let me show you how to make your own enchiladas. Once plated, sprinkle some more cheese over them. Lay the cabbage and add as much as you like. Drizzle Mexican style cream preferably. The goal is for it to run smoothly like this one. Add the salsa and pickled jalapenos. In Spanish, they are called chiles en vinagre. Let's take the enchiladas over the top by adding the brown chicken that was also indulged in the beautiful red sauce. Okay, you guys, the next step is completely optional. You can pour some of the chicken broth over your arranged dish. Back in Mexico, when you ask for your enchiladas, the person making them would ask with broth or no broth. So it's completely up to you. I personally love them both ways. This is ready. I'm so eager to taste it. As you can tell, I have 2 plates here because somebody is excited about these. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna split this, guys, but believe me, after this, we're gonna feast on these. There you go.
That's awesome.
You ready?
I'm already cutting into it.
All right. Make sure you get some of that chicken. Oh my God. So good.
Wow.
You done?
So good. I gotta keep on recording.
Cheers. Can you tell how happy I am? I'm so inspired. This literally takes me back to my childhood years when ladies used to set a table on the side of the road and sell these for a living. These are amazing. So I really encourage you to try them. Well, we reached the end. Remember, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and click the notification bell. Until the next one.